family refused to join to participate in the father's funeral. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that is my privacy. So
Yeah, sure.
yes. Excuse me. Another three questions. What questions?
Why you are involved in social movement?
Okay.
What is your happiest moment in your life? The most happiest.
Happiest.
Yeah, and sadness.
Most
And your future vision.
future vision.
Yeah.
Future vision. It's very easy. Que sera. You know. So future vision. I'm usually think about the future vision, but it's very difficult to imagine the future because every day, every year, situation is changing. So it is very difficult to imagine the concrete future vision. Rather, I want to understand what this world is now. So how to criticize the present situation. Most important thing for me, how to criticize the situation of the present globalization and global capitalism. So from this kind of criticize or analysis of the present situation, so I try to create the future vision. But it's very difficult and very so to say, for example, World Social Forum, the slogan is "Another world is possible." Why the World Social Forum say another world is socialism or another world is communism? Why doesn't the World Social Forum say so? Because in the 20th century, socialism and communism has very controversial and a lot of contradiction within the system. So we try to recreate another socialism or another communism, different from the 20th century. But how and what the another socialism and communism or another leftist imagine is nothing until now, nothing of the answers. So we try to repeat the question and analysis and criticism of the present situation. So that is my first mission. So future is a result of the analysis of the present situation. But I cannot say more detail about this thing. So this is an future vision and social movement.
When did you have this leftist idea? When you were a student, university student?
When I was a high school student, it's in the 60s, late of the 60s. tried to reform the high school education system. That was the first experience of my activist. After that, I joined the anti-war movement, Vietnam War movement, and other peace movement when I was a university student. And after that, I was a graduate student. I studied Marxism and leftist thoughts. After that, I get a job at the university. When I was a university teacher, also I tried to be an activist. So I joined with a grassroots community movement for anti-nuclear plants and other social movements. It's maybe 1980s. Also, my very important thing is the freedom of expression in Japan. Because Japan looks like a very free society, but Japan has a very serious taboo about freedom of expression. That is related to Japanese emperor. No mass media, commercial media cannot criticize an emperor. Also, the art, literature cannot use an emperor as some kind of a caricature. So cartoon cannot use an emperor. On the other hand, in England, Elizabeth and the royal family is a very good topic for the cartoon. Japan cannot do so. It is a limit of Japanese freedom of expression. We try to support a very few activist artists who want to get freedom. About Japanese emperor and the Japanese taboo. Yes, so we support that kind of freedom of expression.
Do you think the taboo of Japanese emperor family is related to
Yasukuni.
Is related to U.S. policy, particularly after the Second World War?
Yes. The U.S. manipulate the Japanese emperor to control Japanese people. So Japanese emperor is on a war crime. He was a symbol of an anti-U.S. During the World War II, but defeat of the World War II, a Japanese emperor changed his mind, enemy of the U.S. to a friend of U.S. So many Japanese soldiers angry to his attitude. So some of them thought about why the emperor changed his mind. If so, what the war was. So, and also this kind of story ignore about the war in Asia. Only the U.S. and the Japan war. don't consider about war in Asia, colonialism and imperialism in Asian region by the Japan. That is a kind of side story of the Japanese war issue. This kind of historical image of the Japanese people is made by emperor system. So it's a very important thing. So, for example, the Japanese Republican, there are very few Japanese Republican. Any opposite party of the political party cannot require Japan as a republic. Only they support the royal family. So they cannot answer about the correct answer about the Japanese modern history, the imperialism, invasion to the Asia by the emperor's enemy, emperor's army. It's a limit of Japanese political situation. We have to change this kind of limitation of the discourse.
And what kind of things bring you to involve in this anti-nuclear movement in Japan?
My own experience, when I get a job at the University of Toyama, Toyama is University of Toyama is located in the local area of Japan, near to the planned nuclear plant, and so-called in Japanese said Japan Sea. Maybe the Chinese people and the Korean people say East Sea. The East Sea side of Japan mainland have a lot of nuclear plants. The grassroots community people tried to oppose the nuclear plant issue. I joined with them. Also, I studied about ecology when I was a graduate student. Ecology and anthropology and Marxism.
How put these three areas put together?
Because of the mainstream of Marxism don't want to understand about environment issues and also periphery of global system. Anthropology and ecology is very important to transform traditional Marxism. I learned a lot of things from ecology and anthropology. So I was very interested in the environment issues. Also, many Japanese students are very at that time interested in the environment issues.
In the 1980s?
In maybe late 60s and 70s. At that time, it was looks like present China, very high economic growth, and also the urban pollution, and a lot of accident at the coal mine and other industrial area, and water and air are very, very polluted. So many community groups took an action against the pollution. That is a very important root of present anti-nuclear plant movement.
What do you think about the strategy for the anti-nuclear movement? For example, will it bring the issues of, for example, the U.S. foreign policy, and also the question of financializations, and also, as you mentioned, the taboo of the Japanese emperor. I think these three things also relate to the nuclear policy. But I think if we want to, to draw more attentions on other related areas, I think maybe these three things also important for the strategy for the future anti-nuclear movement. I think.
Yeah, I think an important thing is an food strategy. From a bottom-up strategy, from grassroots, very tiny community action group. For them, the strategy means only that the community. They don't care about the nationwide strategy. Most of them tried to get an independent from a nationwide big political organization or nationwide and big NGO or something like that. Rather, they tried to get a kind of autonomous position, because from the Japanese and social movement history, big political organization tried to get an initiative or hegemony of the community groups. They tried to have a kind of an umbrella organization and control the community groups. But the late 60s, a lot of the independent autonomous groups tried to get an independent from traditional nationwide big organization. For them, the strategy is a very, very single issue based on the community. The strategy is not a national strategy or global strategy. That is a kind of a limit of them. They have a lot of knowledge about the community and the contradiction of community, but they cannot connect their viewpoint to a nationwide strategy. On the other hand, from a top-down strategy by the national political organization or nationwide and the big organization, most of them are very good global thinking about situation, but most of them don't have a basis of people's support in the community. Yes. And so they are very good idea and good thought, but they don't have they don't include community people into their organization. So strategy is a very difficult thing to talk about. And in some cases, I don't want to talk about the strategy.
And the last question: what are your future plans?
Future plan. Future. When? What? How long? The time span is.
It's up to you.
Future plan is basically very difficult to talk about the future. The future plan, personally, I want to be more free. But it's maybe very difficult to. But for me, why I feel now I'm not so free. Why and what kind of the free or freedom I want? I cannot say the correct answer. Maybe I try to want more clear criticization of capitalism, and because present now, for example, so-called religious fundamentalism. Not only the IS or the Islam fundamentalism, but also the Christian fundamentalism, and also the Japanese imperial fundamentalism. Many religious fundamentalism get a more strong position to the poor people and ordinary people. And the ordinary people and the poor people don't believe or don't support the leftist vision, leftist movement. I think for me, or the leftist activists have to have a responsibility for this kind of feeling of the ordinary people. How to transform, how to change this situation, how to recreate a new vision for the people who are now support to religious fundamentalism. It's a very important. Maybe in the late 60s and the 70s, we didn't think about religious fundamentalism. It's a nonsense. It's a very, very tiny problem at that time. But after the Cold War, the religion and God are the very important thing about the war and culture and freedom. Maybe modern society or modernization have a very strong enemy from the outside and inside. The Western modernization cannot answer this situation. But we have to find alternative answer to this situation. We try to take back the people from God. Maybe modernization couldn't kill the God. God also couldn't kill money, couldn't kill a nation state. Nation state and money and God. This triangle is very important. How to refuse God, how to refuse the nation state, how to refuse the money and capital. Maybe most of the socialism and communism tried to this kind of very difficult question. But I think in the 20th century, communism and socialism couldn't do. They transformed their own idea into a kind of semi-capitalism. Maybe many Chinese people believe God.
God has money.
Also the Japan, also also many people want to get the money. No, me too. But it's a poison. Not only God, but also the money and the capital and nation state. That is an origin of an contradiction and war. I think that happy may be an illusion. When I was young, I fall in love. I love some person, but maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, love is over. Maybe in 1 year or 2 years, I was happy. Third year, I got some kind of trouble. So I broke my heart and also her heart. On the other hand, movement, social movement, it's very difficult. Social movement, mission of social movement is happy for other people, not me, or not for activists. Social movement is not for activists, for the people. So maybe I think that activists feel very tired, but the people feel unhappy. It's okay. On the other hand, bureaucratic activism and traditional activism, they try to get happy for activists, not for people. So it's a wrong feeling, but most activists, including me, sometimes I want to be happy by the movement. When I think so, maybe now I forget the people. Just I focus on my own or my own organization. Organization and activists is first. and the people disappear.
Just like you mentioned.
No, so happy that very difficult for activists. How to get on a happy? How do you think about? I want to feel unhappy as an ordinary people when other activists take an action for us. It's my dream, but I have to continue as an activist. Happy. Are you happy?